Alright, guys, I'm going to try to make this brief as possible, talking about Deandre Hopkins, all-pro receiver that got his release over from to save over a dead cap for the Arizona Cardinals. I think a total of around $14 million. Signed a 2-year deal with the Tennessee Titans after trying to possibly make it over to big market teams or teams that are in the line of contention over roster base, especially trying to bump up the receiving core. You got the Cleveland Browns, you got the Dallas Cowboys, possibly the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs that lost one of their premier receivers that was a major asset, winning them their second Super Bowl in the past 4 seasons out of Juju Smith-Schuster, and possibly getting a major assist, but he chose Tennessee. So people would say this would be an exceptional offense, but I would just say this was a shoddy decision, because they haven't gotten points for the total offense over at least around the top 5 since the 2020 season, when they had their breakout and Derrick Henry was just leading the league in rushing, stiff arms, destroying teams. Went for a 2,000-yard season. Actually played a full season, catching over a 60% over on the field with a high ratio, and having AJ Brown still on the team, having another premier season, going for 1,000 yards over his 14 starts. And things were different. Corey Davis was an exceptional second option. They had at least a reasonable offense. They were just coming out of Marcus Mariota. I think this is the first full season of Ryan Tannehill playing a full 16-game season, leading the AFC South. And now they are. I guess DeAndre Hopkins just didn't want the pressure over making a definite playoff-bound push, knowing that majority of the divisions in the NFL are competitive. You got the NFC East. Out of 3 teams in the NFC East making it into the playoffs, the second round for the New York Giants, divisional round for the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles making it to the Super Bowl. Very successful NFC East over the past 3 seasons. Then we got the jam-packed on paper AFC South. AFC West. You don't want to deal with the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers that are, more primarily defensively minded offensive units with experienced, well-known offenses that could actually make a push, and potentially all 3 teams, except possibly the Raiders, can push a 10 seed, near 10-win season if everything goes okay. And of course you got the Ravens and the Bengals and the Browns in the AFC North. So I guess DeAndre Hopkins went to the team with the least amount of pressure, especially still sticking over to his southern roots. But this is a team that marked 28th in points, and 14th against points. So they're at least still a top 15 defense, and they're still with Mike Vrabel. That's a defensively minded coach, but going 7 of 10 and letting the Jaguars steal your playoff berth over in the middle of the season and losing your last 7 straight. Don't know what was the problem, especially with the quarterback situation. Tannehill possibly can't be the quarterback of the future at age 35, coming out of his inconsistencies. Only played over 12 over his last 16, and Joshua Dobbs struggled. Malik Willis didn't come up as an exceptional quarterback, and the front office already has less confidence in him even trying to stay over on the full roster, and we don't even are guaranteed he's going to make the 53-man roster around the preseason. Don't get me wrong, there were some upsides offensively. I thought Treylon Burks wasn't that bad. Derrick Henry is still an exceptional halfback at age 29. Still gave out some good showouts, but the guy only, out of his 16 games, he rushed for 1,500 yards and had some showout games against the Tennessee Titans. Not the Tennessee Titans, against the Houston Texans, where he came over at 200 rushing yards, rushing game, leading the division and having a franchise record at the end, and having a very iffy offense. Chris Conley had some. Chris Conley had some bursts. They picked up Cody Hollister from the Seattle Seahawks, and I guess that's it. They've been primarily defensive team. They got Kevin Byard, still an exceptional experienced seasoned D-back, with Corey McCrary, David Long, Dylan Cole. They are and Amani Hooker that had some showouts showing his good awareness, good zone defense. I like Amani Hooker. They got some good D-backs. Average front seven. That midfield needs some help because the problem with the Titans is they let teams that are worse than them get some good amount of yardage around over on their midfield because they have no protection, and it really pisses me off because I've seen teams who have shut down defense and just come around and just smack a halfback or receiver coming over on the short lane or a zag route coming off a fade, and they're getting those small 5 yards. And guys, short yardage does matter in football. You think it doesn't? It does. Remember those slip screens in Madden 25? Mm-hmm. Do you want that to happen every game when you're calling for the team? Absolutely not. So, and this was coming over massive speculation involving Deandre Hopkins, possibly even recently even being seen in the New England Patriots facility to talk over contractual obligations, to see if he can get matched up over with Mac Jones, and of course Juju Smith-Schuster is there as well. So you have an experienced all-pro receiver there that just won a Super Bowl. So you could possibly chime over the momentum like that. But Hopkins in Tennessee, I don't know what he's trying to get with that. He still has great production, and don't get me wrong, I would kill to have DeAndre Hopkins on my team. But are you sure Miami wasn't an option? Philly wasn't an option? Hell, Derek Carr is an option. I'd rather go to Derek Carr. Depending on cap, there's better options than the Tennessee Titans. No disrespect to the Titans after what they did this offseason. And let me tell you something, it was not much after getting Nick Westbrook. G4, they've been more obligated in trying to get outside linebackers like Shahir, pick up Aiden Key. Just primarily try to get the bare minimum of skilled players. Hell, they even got the wrong Moore. They got Chris Moore. I expect at least a 7-win, 6-win season out of this Titans team with Hopkins carrying them on his back. Possibly his broken back, depending, because a lot of NFL players get hurt. That's it from Sidelines Productions. If you guys want to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me how you guys are expecting the NFL season to go. Comment down below how many wins you think the Tennessee Titans will get. Thanks for watching. That's it for me. Enjoy the rest of your day.